how it goes for a little while. Yeah, so we'll go with, well, let's see what that looks like. If we go to my channel, what does that look like right now? Oh, right there. So it does, it has the right cover art, live stream, vector art, and animation. Cool. I need to update that stuff tomorrow. So then, okay, let me check this. If I go here, and then I go to this, and I mute myself, I don't see those hashtags. I wonder how those hashtags get in there. Oh, edit video. So where is that content coming from, I wonder? Let's go like here. Let's go, we'll do Affinity Designer. We'll do vector art. And we'll do animation. And we'll save it, right? And then we'll have to see where that content is. Okay, so if we go here, sorry, we're just kind of getting this stuff set up. If we go here, we go to this, there it is. So I need to find out where that data is being stored. Like, what is that? So let's go here. We'll go to YouTube Studio. And we'll go to videos and we'll go to live. Maybe that's the content that needs to go in there, because I'm pretty sure if you go in here, aha, that's where it is. Gotcha. And see, then you have, right, okay, so I need to, this is where I need to modify this. Feel free to ask questions. We'll put this in here. We'll say, we'll add some, so if I add tags to this, are they gonna stay, I guess? Vector, animation, 2D animation, Affinity Designer, learn Affinity Designer. We'll do learn vector art. We'll do learn animation. We'll do free animation software. We'll save this. We'll kind of see what this does. So, yep. And we have an animation with Tahoma2D. Good. Save it. I need to get all this done. And then I need to see if there's some sort of a template. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be some things to learn. Sure. I need to understand if there's like a template for... Is there some sort of a template for like... I'm going to have to pick somebody's brain that's more well-versed with streaming on YouTube. But like I need to define some sort of... I'd like to define like preset tags. So that every time I go live, they all have the same tags and everything. Because my content will always be the same here. So I'm going to have to play with that tomorrow. Kind of figure that out. Alright, cool. Let's finish these here. And we'll do some... We'll mess around with this character for a little bit. We'll just kind of test this out real quick tonight. Nothing too crazy. We'll just kind of do a short little stream. And we'll, you know, see how it goes. See what kind of quality we get. See who stopped by, if any. I don't normally stream here, so I don't know if we're going to get a whole lot of traction tonight. But that's okay. More of a test than anything tonight, so that's fine with me. Alright, so there. This is 8, 8, 8, 8 all the way around, right? 8 stroke, yeah, 8 stroke. 8 stroke on the back, good. And I feel like I want to do some shading for this. And I definitely want to do some... I'm thinking bat wings on this, but I'm trying to figure out what I want those bat wings to look like. So I think what I'll do is, what would the bat wings look like? I think I want them coming right out of here. I think we'll go right like this. I don't want anything too gaudy yet. I think we'll just kind of go like this, maybe. Now, see, this is where it's going to get a little weird, right? Because I don't want to look like dragon wings. I'm not looking for dragon wings. I'm looking more for like bat wings. Let's pull up a reference bat, so just so we can kind of see. Okay, so they're just, yeah, pretty simple. Basically, 1, 2, 3, 4 underpoints tied into the legs, and then just little hands at the top. That's not too bad. Okay, cool. Try that. So we'll take the wing out like, we'll do 1 point here and 1 smaller point. And depending on time, we may move into some animation tonight. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I've got to learn about like discoverability over here. Kind of figure out what works for discoverability on YouTube. Wait, I'm doing this wrong, right? Go something like this, I think. Yeah, we'll go something like this. And then what we'll do is we'll send that to the back, and we'll fill it with the same color for now, just so we can kind of get a feel for it. And just because we made it doesn't mean we're going to keep it. We may end up killing this. I don't know. Let's just kind of play with the shape for right now until we kind of feel what it's doing. And then we'll just kind of play around with it. And if anybody's watching, you know, if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. I welcome a lot of questions, so don't mind them at all. If I can help you out or... Not really digging that. Let me look at that Batwing again. Much more sleek, I think. Much more sleek. Go here instead. Make it closer to the body. I don't want such a big wing, I don't think. Kind of go here. And we're basically drawing hot dogs. And that may sound weird. I said it as a joke that I was going to draw hot dogs for the entire month of October. And people were like, well, why don't you actually do it? So here we are. We're actually drawing hot dogs for the entire month of October. But we're kind of putting a twist on them. We're making them all sort of like Halloween themed. And so this one is going to be a vampire. I want to put, before I finish that, let's put a collar on this shirt. Or this jacket, rather. Hey, Coach. Coach, I need to pick your brain one day. I don't know how much you know about streaming over here. I need to know if there's a way to set like a template for streaming over here. Like with predefined tags and everything. You know anything about that? Like, can I create a going live template that's just wham bam, thank you ma'am, like every time I go live? How are you? Yeah, another hot dog, yeah. Yep. Yep. We're going to add this to the coloring book. I made a lot of progress on the cat coloring book today, by the way. Ton of progress. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, I really want to look into sort of the you know, what the rules behind streaming over here. You know, so like I see that you have on the back end, you have this. I guess what I'd like to do is almost create like a. I guess there's probably a place to put like a almost like a template, if you will, for live streaming. So when I go, you do that in a new scheduling tool. Okay, I need to figure that out. Because I'd really like to get just a predefined template in place for when I do want to stream over here. All I gotta do is go live, you know what I mean? Not something I have to tweak like constantly. Because I do want to start doing some streams over here every now and then, depending on how it goes. I'd like to grow this audience a little bit and get to meet some new folks. And hopefully some of my audience from Twitch and everything kind of comes over as well. But not moving or anything, just, you know, expanding content. Expanding the content. I want to get some more positive YouTube growth going. So, yeah. I'll show you here real quick. Hold on. I made some progress on that today. When I got done with Darcy, as you can see, like from Donut Cat all the way up here are completely done. Backgrounds and everything. Like for Panda Cat, we went in and added bamboo behind her. You know, I went in here to like, let me see here. The Wizard Cat, I added mountains and stuff, and like here on the Explorer Cat, I added like caves, so there's like stalactites and stuff. Here on the Catman, I added the city, so like I went in and actually put elements in here. The Night Cat, I put like this little castle and whatnot, just trying to actually get filler in there, right? But now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to actually finish. And then this thing will be a product ready to go. Well, we'll have to make the cover. That's not a big deal. A quick walkthrough. Okay, cool. That's what I need to know, because I'd really like to be able to... I'd really like to have a template or something in place. Because here's what I'm doing. I'm taking OBS and configuring it for YouTube. So that whenever I want to go live on YouTube, I just open OBS and go live, right? Everything, like I've got my alerts set up and everything for like when I get follows and whatnot. And then I'm keeping Streamlabs separate for when I want to stream on Twitch. That way everything's just kind of separated. You know what I mean? And then I can just kind of pick and choose, like I want to stream here, I want to stream here kind of thing. And I'm trying to keep things as cleaned up and separate as possible in that regard. Is your favorite? I'm really excited about the potential for this coloring book. I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited that we're going to be able to do it on Amazon. And hopefully, I'm hoping that some people actually order it. Not just for monetary reasons, but for like, you know, just to see how the Amazon algorithm works. Because I'd really like to see what that does. I think we'll go there. Well, hello there. Hey, Galen. What's up, dude? Have you recovered? I'm not doing a long stream tonight, man. Literally just kind of a quick YouTube test to see how everything's going. I had a busy day with Darcy and homeschooling and everything, and I just never got the chance to go live today. And I was like, given the time, it's almost 10 o'clock, I really didn't want to go live on Twitch. Because I don't like to go live if I can't be live for like 3 or 4 hours, you know what I mean? And I don't intend to stream that late tonight. So I was just like, you know what? Let's get YouTube set up. Let's get everything in place, and then I can test it. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the plan. It is, Coach. It is. It's going to be real cool. I figured you did, Galen, because I hadn't heard from you, man. Yeah, I'm kind of curious, like, streaming here an hour or two tonight, what kind of traction? I mean, granted, I know that it's not going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be like instant, you stream here once and all of a sudden you get 20 new... I get that, but like, I'm just kind of curious what kind of poll this gets tonight, if any. You know, like, do we get any new faces? Like, I'm trying to look at like the discoverability as a whole, and then understand what I need to be doing for that discoverability. Because I mean, I would like to stream here every now and then, especially if I start building an audience. Because you're going to get people who want to watch here and don't want to watch on Twitch, and vice versa, right? So I'm trying to kind of work on that a little bit. So got OBS configured, got the alerts configured, and, you know, we'll do it every now and then. Last night, but I'm working on wrapping it up. Nice, man. Oh, cool, dude. See, and that's what I'm trying to understand, Galen. I would like to know, like, how there has to be... Okay, so we know that discoverability is tough, like, on YouTube, right? Like, it's no lie. But there has to be a way to get people to find your content. There absolutely has to be. I can't imagine that this stream space exists and there's no way to get discoverability. If there is, that seems a little problematic. Right? Or is it completely built upon the idea that... Or is it completely built upon the idea of, you know, basically catering to the audience that you already have, if you will? You know? adding sound effects and stuff might add a little boss fight. You were saying you might add a boss fight. I would do it, man. If nothing, it would be a good experience for you. Yeah, we had a blast today, Galen. So we have a school issued laptop that my daughter does her homework with and her remote work. So guess what happened today? Short Round was sitting at the table with a glass of water, and I probably don't need to finish the rest of that sentence. So now I got to figure out what it's going to cost us to replace this school issued laptop that I didn't want in the first place. Because I told my wife, I was like, I don't want the school issued laptop. I can give her her own laptop. She has her own laptop. But now she's got to drag this thing in there tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be like, oh, that's $300 or some crap. Which will be amazing. Yeah. Yep. I would, Galen. Why not? It'd be a good test. That way you can experience, the transition between. Oh yeah, way more than what it's worth. I'm sure they'll probably put some premium price on it, and they want to charge you for what it costs to get it shipped in, and what it costs to have their IT people configure it. I wasn't happy, and then Darcy was like, "Why are you upset?" Really? You're gonna ask me why I'm upset right now? Let's not go there. Yep. And then it just took too long to get her work done today and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to go live. So I never got the opportunity to. So she just went down and I was like, you know what? I'm going to configure and set up YouTube and do a test. Why not? I don't know if I really want to get into shading all this. I don't know. I might just take the lazy way out. I don't know. Yeah, but I hope you had a good day, man. I figured you were going to get some rest. I didn't message you or anything because I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's sleeping in. You probably told the kids last night, I'm dead, leave me alone. Or something to that regard. Okay. What other stuff should we put on this little guy? This little vampire hot dog thing. Maybe some hair? Because we're kind of going with the old school. Went and got groceries. Nice, man. Isn't that funny? That happened to me the other night, dude. I was so tired. Like, I was sitting here and basically falling asleep. I was so tired. And then I shut everything down, and I went and got into bed and couldn't go to sleep. I was a little irritated with that. I don't know what it is anymore, man. I just don't sleep well. What color should his hair be? Kind of go with let's just go with a darker variety of this. That way it kind of plays on that same spectrum. And then what we'll do is we'll play with this. Kind of see what this looks like if we do this number here. That's cool though, man. You made a lot of progress. Like, look really good. Had to feel good actually accomplishing that, right? Like, bringing it to life in that short amount of time. That's pretty cool. Art and everything, man. That's a nice achievement. Not gonna lie. I like the hair. I like the hair. We'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. I'm digging it. It's goofy, but it fits the character. I think, right? Like it kind of fits the allure of the little weirdo vampire. Yeah, dude, look really good. That's a heck of an accomplishment, man. Was that the first time you'd ever tried one of those game jams like that, or because I didn't finish? Yeah, but like, okay, so you got to look at the facts, though, right, dude? You're a solo dev. Some of the people doing that, they work in teams, right? So they have people working on art, people working on music, people working on, you know what I mean? Like they have a little team project, if you will. You're solo, you know, you're working as solo, and I mean, you did all the art, all the programming, everything, and it was your first time, man. I mean, it's kind of, you know, I think what you did was fantastic. I would applaud yourself and be like, heck yeah. It's like we always talk about, though, man, right? Like knowledge, you know, time spent doing something, it's just skill learned. And we've talked about that before, Galen. Like it's anything creative fosters that creative mentality. You know what I mean? Even if it's just 10 minutes worth of drawing with a pencil, you're doing something to stimulate that creative muscle. Um, and so it's good to just kind of flex that every now and then, you know? And that's really cool, dude. I'd be super proud of that if I did that. Wrap it up and publish it. There you go, man. There you go. Well, let me know when you get it. I'll download it. I'll put it on Darcy's computer too. Isn't it cool though when that happens? Right, Coach? Isn't that cool when that happens though? When you finish, that's like I am with the animation projects. Are my animation projects where I want them to be yet? No. But when I look at the achievements that I've made and the progress that I've made, I'm ecstatic. Like to me, I couldn't be any happier that I'm actually, you know what I mean? Like I can see the progress happening. You know, that's really cool. I mean, and you know, every time now when I go to do something, it's like I can just sort of work my way through it, kind of like you with the game development thing, and that's awesome, man. I didn't have to consult tutorials or anything. There you go. See, yeah, dude, that's incredible. Incredible. Well, I'm proud of you, if nothing. I think you did a heck of a good job, and I think you should be really proud of yourself, dude. Because you did more than most people would have, which would be don't even try in the first place. You know? Kind of like that bottom tooth. I wasn't sure I was going to, but now that it's there, I like it. I like it. I would like to put one on this side, I'm thinking. Of course, dude. You know, sometimes we don't have enough people to say you did good or congratulations, right? So applaud your successes. You know, when you do something you're proud of, don't be afraid to applaud it because I mean, sometimes people don't see it for what it is. You know, so applaud that success for sure. Right, because you're gonna can keep growing though, man. Like you know, you're gonna keep getting better. You're gonna keep getting better, and before you know it, you're gonna be like, you're gonna look back and you'll be like, holy crap, I made this. And then you're just gonna be going, wow, you know. It's amazing when you look back at like when you look back at your art and your creative processes. That always astounds me. It's like, wow, you know. Have you done many live streams to YouTube, Galen, or? 'Cause they've had this whole little like back end now. You can kind of see, you can set things to public, private, unlisted. What's cool is you can do unlisted. So like if you wanted to do a private stream to like a group of people, you could do that. Kind of cool. What is this? Cancel. Cancel. Probably can accidentally exit the stream. Cancel. Not in a super long time. They've got a really cool backend for it. I was talking to Coach. I would really like a way to, and I'm gonna look this up. I want a way to like preset my tags and everything, so that when I go to stream over here, everything's automatically configured, right? So I don't have to. I don't have to like configure that every time. I don't have to mess around with it. That is something I'd like to get configured, because I do want to start doing some streams over here every now and then. Okay, let's finish this little guy up. Got the little wings. And I think what I want to do is start bringing some of my. I've been thinking, like, I've been experimenting with recording some training content for like animations and vector art and stuff like that. I want to start. Got some ideas for some playlists and stuff like that for over here to try and start working on some more content. Things that I think people would like to see, tutorials, how to do this, how to do that, you know, things that I think attracts attention. Yeah, let's try this. And then what we'll do is we'll take the stroke out. Let's experiment with it. I don't know what this is going to look like, but we're going to. Yeah. Got to start paying attention to those kinds of things, you know? I think if there's anything some of us learn from certain things, don't, you know, don't count on one thing too much, you know? Try to spread yourself out a little bit. Make sure you're growing. Because I heard something the other day, somebody was talking about, it was pretty interesting, it was fascinating. And they were talking about, it feels like gone are the days of there being just, how was it said? They were talking about like platforms in general are just kind of becoming where you stream, right? Like not where your community is. And they were talking about how you want to start developing your community as a community. That way, regardless of where you put your content, your community can go to it, right? That doesn't mean you can't draw in people from different areas, but you want your community to sort of be an organic thing. So, you know, like let's say Twitch goes down, right? Your community is still your community and they can travel with you. And I know that's easier said than done, but it was a pretty interesting talk. And they were talking about how, like, you got to start looking at it all like a, you know, building a community in a way that will move with you, or that, you know, regardless of where you're at, they'll be there kind of thing. And it's kind of an interesting idea, but it's true. Like, we have to start thinking like that. Because with the whole mixer shutdown, a lot of us were like, you know, a lot of us were sitting there going like, holy crap, you know, what do our community do? How do people follow us kind of thing? Right. And that's something that I've been thinking about. Exactly. You know, and I'm sure we lost people. There were probably people on Mixer that didn't know we moved to Twitch. I'm sure of it for a lot of us, because they probably just didn't know, you know, and then it's just one of those things like, you've got to work on building your community as a whole and not really building your community in a specific place. I think you want to does that make sense? And I don't really have the answer for it, but it was an interesting talk, and I was like, yeah, that's a good point. But I've been kind of thinking about that, like, how do I kind of focus on that idea a little bit? And, you know, I think with Glimish coming, Galen, I think that's really going to change the spectrum a lot. I think Glimish is going to really, because I don't think people realize the potential Glimish has to change the landscape. Because what people don't really understand about Glimish is, like, if you say open source, people kind of get that, right? But I don't think they really get it. if you think open source, it's a community driven project, right? But like, let's say me and you, Galen, we had the money. Once that goes open source and they get a lot of that coding and stuff figured out, and there's a backbone in place, anybody could take that code and run with it. They could build upon it. They could make it better. They could add new features. I mean, this could grow to like crazy heights. You know what I mean? And so it's going to be a really fascinating thing to see how that all goes. Right, coach. Right. And I don't think people really appreciate what's going to happen when Glimish releases and once that really takes off. And they've been very adamant about that. Like, with it being open source, it's going to stay open source. They're not closing that up, which means the community is going to control that. They're going to own it. And that's just going to continue to grow and expand, right? Which is really fascinating if you think about it. That's a really fascinating idea. So it's I'm really curious to see how this goes and the way that it spreads. Um, we could start seeing when that hits, and I mean, because think about it. What's one of your biggest costs if you're like if me, you, and Coach sat down and we wanted to build a new streaming platform? Where would a majority of your money go? Sure, you're going to have money going toward technology. You're going to have money going toward hardware and things like that. But the coders, the designers, the people that have to make it work is where a lot of your resources are going to go at first, because you have to build the product before you can use it. Well, when this thing goes open source, which it is, that product exists. There's going to be no money spent there, right? So anybody could theoretically take that and build upon it, and that's a very powerful principle. That right there is one of the reasons that we have so much free software now. And see, that's something else people don't get. Like, if you look at all these free softwares we have, like Inkscape and things like that, they live on that same principle, which is where it's a community driven thing, and it's not a corporate owned entity, which is a really powerful idea. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see where this could go. Go here. Well, that looks good. Let's play around with the shading a little bit. I just want to see what this would feel like if I sort of screwed around with this. Because I mean, I do shading, but I don't play with it as much as I would like to. I don't think. Let's go here. Good. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we'll just kind of come and shade the bottom. Kind of practice this out a little bit, I think. And like I said, guys, this is not going to be a very long stream. I don't have a lot of energy tonight. I just wanted to, test this out. I wasn't even really going to make a big deal. But I do appreciate y'all coming by, for sure. This, good. Okay, so that's starting to get some depth. And then what we could do... Yeah, you don't really see it, but the idea is there. Okay. That tooth is bothering me. That's better. Yep. Funny how you can look at that shape and you can see it. All right. How does the stream look and everything in terms of quality and whatnot? Are you guys having any problems there? Everything looks pretty good to me. Like, I didn't see a whole lot of issues. Oh, thank you, Coach. That's better right there. How often do you live stream over here, Coach? Do you stream over here much, or Chris? Yeah, it looks good. I tell you, man, if YouTube could nail down that the whole like how do people find your content thing, whew, it'd kill it, dude. I mean, the tools work good, the stream looks good, sounds good. I mean, the interface is good. They just if that's something that could get really kind of fleshed out, I feel like that could be a really powerful tool. But maybe people haven't figured out. Mm-hmm. Every Thursday? Okay. I'll have to stop and see you sometime. I'll be honest, I've not checked out a lot of live streams over here. That's something I need to kind of just look at now and then. I want to try something. And that does work. What do you guys think of this little vampire hot dog? I guess he'd be more like a Knockwurst or something with the color of his skin. I like him though. He's very animated. He's much more animated than any of the other ones I've done this so far. But I like it because I like how he has the side perspective mouth open, kind of cut through. Looks good. I like the eyes. They jump off. I like the hair. All right, let's do a play around with the background. Very different from my Twitch stream. In what way, if you don't mind me asking? I'm digging that purple. That purple. What do you guys think? That purple, it's like crisp against the edges and everything. It looks like that, even though that's not in any sort of shading or anything or shadows, it looks like it's just popping right off that color. I like that. I like it. Play around with some textures. Good. I don't want the texture too heavy. Yeah, the purple it looks good. And I don't want the texture to be too heavy, right? Like I don't want it to like that, but I like the subtleness that the textures give it. It's like right there at 10%, you can see how it just gives everything a slight overlay. And I like how it adds a little bit of texture to the scene itself. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm digging that. I am digging it. Got good color. And you can tell it's a vampire. It makes sense. It has all the aesthetic. It has the wings, the teeth, the eyes. Has the little vampire suit. Looks good. This will be a fun one. Okay, so we'll lock this down. Center it. Fantastic. And then I want to do a little bit smaller, and I want to do a shade. Let's turn that texture off. We'll kind of go here. And you know how in a lot of the vampire movies they sort of have that when they have their hands out they kind of have that like hunchback appearance where there's kind of like this. That's kind of the pose I was going for here with that whole like that whole pose backward vampire kind of thing. that you see a lot of times in the movies. That was the idea, at least. Cool. Not bad. Not bad. So, where do I see... Okay, right there. Very Bela Lugosi, yeah. Sort of the old school vamp, right? More of a Dracula's kind of... Yeah. Exactly. But in the style of a hot dog, which I'm sure, you know, people will see that and kind of go, what the heck? Like, I never in a million years would have expected that. But it worked. It's kind of funny. I will say this is pretty good. Like, when the whole idea of the hot dog thing started, I just kind of laughed it off, like, yeah, right. And then when I started thinking about it, I was like, you know what? That could actually work. Like, I could actually do something really foolish and fun with that if I really put my mind to it. And that's kind of why I did it, because I thought it was a neat challenge. You know, because you're taking two things that don't normally like really go together, and you're trying to make these weird mashups. But it's fun in a way because the hot dog is still identifiable, yet the vampire is identifiable, right? So you kind of have that both worlds thing going on. I think it's really cool. All right, well, let's get in here. Yeah. So I need to come up with ideas for these. Let's brainstorm on these real quick. This page we were gonna do cat nap. Cat nap. I don't know what to do with this. I need to finish yarn cat. We were gonna do unicorn cat, which I already have an idea for that. Cat head will go in the fill, and then we'll put the fill below. Yep. That I'm just kind of getting things prepped. RoboCat, I think we'll do like some sort of a robot looking cat. That should be pretty easy. We did Pizza Cat. I need to finish this one. And there's some features on that I'm not a big fan of. So we'll play with that. Taco Cat, again, need to kind of finish this. So why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? The ones that are already started, let's finish those. And then what we'll do is we'll just get the heads on the rest of these. And then we'll kind of come back to them. So let's start with Yarn Cat since he's already kind of started. And then we'll go down to Pizza Cat, Taco Cat, Dino Cat. And I kind of want to take a really good look at the ones that are already mostly done and get them done, crossed off the list. And then I'll start brainstorming on the ones that are left. Because once I get those done, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to do. And that's it. This will be done. And then it's just a matter of making the cover and actually seeing, you know, what this is going to look like. Okay. And then I'll just kind of go through it. And now, what do you guys think on a digital copy of this? People were talking last night about possibly a digital copy of this. You guys think that's a good idea? Or should I make it strictly a printed thing? Curious how you guys feel about that. Because I could kind of see the arguments for both, but I don't know. We take this. What are these? These are still 6. Flip it. And then we'll kind of rotate it. I don't want these to line up too much. I was thinking about having some more yarn balls in the scene kind of thing. All right, let's take this here. That way, because I feel like it would make sense to have other yarn balls around it, right? Maybe after you get a few out there, go back and offer this as digital. Yeah, see, that's sort of how I think, because I feel like the problem with doing it digitally, right? It's obviously if I release it digitally, there's absolutely nothing stopping it from just being completely stolen and then the art being really easy ripped off, right? Granted, if somebody buys it, they could, but they'd have to sort of scan everything in and do, you know what I mean? So I guess the original thought was kind of like do a like hard copy of it and then maybe go digital. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm kind of in the same boat. Like so I have a question. I'm on no, I can't change that. We'll just leave it the way it is for now. Not worried about that. No, I'm with you, coach. I agree. I think that's a good idea. Because I mean, let's be real with it, okay? This is something I was thinking. If I put this thing on Amazon, the price is gonna be decent, right? It's not like it's gonna be some. I'm not gonna do some crazy off the wall thing. And so if it's on Amazon, it's already gonna be pretty affordable. And then if you're a Prime member, it'll ship for free. So you're not going to be paying any sort of weird exuberant shipping costs, right? Like that's not going to be a thing. So I feel like it's already going to be a pretty good deal in terms of like price and value in terms of how you're getting it. Now the trick is I want to, in order to kind of get a feel for the quality and everything, I want to put it on Amazon and hopefully get a couple folks to order it and let me know how the quality is. If the quality is good and it feels good and it looks good and everything's good, then we'll continue that route. If it doesn't feel good or the quality doesn't look like it's there, then I'll look at some other options, like other printers, other, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I want to feel it out though because I really feel like the no shipping cost is going to be a huge bonus. I mean, because if you think about it, one of the big things that sways people when they buy stuff is shipping, right? Like if you pay $20 for something, you don't want to pay $20 to ship it. You know what I mean? Most people don't. Like that's not the way they roll. Right, exactly. Exactly, coach. So I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna have to when this thing gets printed, we're gonna have to see how this all adds up. If the quality's there and it feels good and looks good and everything's nice, I'll continue the Amazon route. If it doesn't and the quality doesn't look like it's there or it doesn't look like what I want, then we'll do some product testing. Kind of try out some different distributors and stuff. There's always Mark for coloring books. Yeah, right. And see, here's the thing, right? Like, I want to make my coloring books. This is one thing that I want to do, which is kind of the way my art is, anyways. I want to make my coloring books very neutral down the middle so that they'll be good for adults, kids, whatever. Like, I don't want them to be, like too kiddie or too adult. Like, I want them to be so that anybody can enjoy them. And they're looking more for, like, this one is going to be cats, right? That's kind of the scope of what I want to do with it. And I'm doing that on purpose because that's that's what I'm hoping for. Yep. We'll see. Once we get this one done, we'll get a little test group going, and we'll hopefully get some good feedback on what people think and how it feels and all that. And then I've been talking with some friends about potentially maybe one day trying out like a Kickstarter idea for some stuff, and there's I've got all different kinds of ideas in my head. I've got to sort of start pinning things down, like where I want to go with it, how I want to approach it, what I want to do, how I want to do it. I think that the goal for me right now is start pinning down things. Like this here, I want this to be a real coloring book. So right now it's all about like let's make that a reality, right? Once that's a reality, then we'll start moving into other ideas. You know what I mean? I need to get used to like finishing products first. So I don't know. I don't know. Right, coach. Yeah. Do you have any experience with that, Galen? With like the Amazon print services at all? Have you looked into it? Do you have any knowledge of it? Anything at all? It really is. It really, really is, Coach. It affords us the opportunity to sort of be like, okay, I want to try this. And that's where I'm at right now. It's like, okay, I want to try some of these ideas, and the only thing holding me back is me. You know, I need to just get some stuff done and start testing things out and see what people like, what they don't like. None. See, and I think I want to test that with this one, Galen. I think I really want to test that with this one because, like I was just talking about, I really like to see what the quality is. And because, like Ches, for example, Galen, Ches could order this if she's a Prime member and get it printed and shipped out of Germany, right? Instead of having to pay shipping, there'd be no shipping cost, you know? But again, I want to make sure the quality's there. I don't want to just base it on that and then the quality stinks. Like, that's not my goal. Like, I don't want it to just be a cheap throwaway product either. And that I'm not going to know until we actually dig in. Okay, good with Yarn Cat. All right, Unicorn. Oh wait, let's go finish Pizza Cat. Right. What should we do for old? Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm just brainstorming here, guys. You know, my idea with this is that, you want to make filler content for people to be able to color things in. So that's sort of the idea behind this. Cat head. This all one shape? No. So this and this all need to be grouped. Good. This needs to be grouped. And then these all need to go to the back. Nice. So then these are masked inside of this page. So then I can play with, like, spreading some toppings around here and there or something. Make it a little, I don't want to make it too much smaller per se. And then maybe something like this. I don't know, something like this. What's funny is streaming here doesn't really feel that much different than streaming on Twitch or per se or Mixer. Like, it's just streaming. Feels pretty much the same. I will say the back end is really, really nice. They have a nice little analytics thing. You can see they've got like a little stream health thing, which shows you like what the health of your stream is. I mean, everything looks pretty good. Now, I don't have closed captioning on. I don't know if that's something I should turn on or I don't know. Was it on purpose that pizza spells out word? I don't think so. Do you see words? Where do you see words? Cats are running around the house. Cat. All right, cats, cool it. Pippin, I see you. See you, dude. Quit tearing up the house. Now this is weird. On my stream health at 10:20, it said YouTube is not currently receiving data for the stream. If you believe this is incorrect, ensure you're sending a stream and that it is configured with the correct stream key. Did anyone notice any issues? I didn't notice any issues. Weird. I'm just looking at the back end here, trying to see if... Weird. Tahoma2D. Wasn't intentional, no. Nothing here? Weird. On the back end, it said at 10:20, YouTube is not currently receiving data for the stream. Weird. I wonder what that's all about. It doesn't say anything else. It says the stream status is excellent. Huh. That's a bit different, but it's there. Okay. Well, we'll just kind of look at it and let it roll. Let's let it roll a little bit and kind of see what happens. I don't know. Kind of strange. Let it be. Nothing here. Hey, Jeremy, what's up, buddy? You got to get your settings just right for the YouTube. It gets coming through fine. Okay, cool. How you doing, Jeremy? Thanks for stopping in, dude. We're just doing some more testing here, and we're kind of playing around with coloring book that I'm working on, a couple different coloring books, and just kind of testing out YouTube streaming in general. Jeremy is the one behind the animation software I use, guys. In case you're wondering, he's the one who's actually making Tahoma2D. Yeah, this is publisher. Yep. Yep, this is publisher. Yeah, I'm sort of testing out the water here a little bit, man. Just kind of, just kind of trying to see what the streaming's like over here. Because I normally stream on Twitch, but I wanted to just kind of feel it out a little bit. Yeah, Galen. He's the mastermind behind that project. Really excited too. I meant to tell you, Jeremy. I've been using the some of those vector drawing tools you put in. Fantastic. Big fan. Really like what those are doing. Okay, so this is wrong. So, funny you say that, Jeremy. I don't know if you know this, but if you own Publisher and you own Designer and Photo, you don't have to open Designer and Photo. You can use the tools. You can use Designer right in Publisher. You don't even have to bridge anything. Like, I don't have to go to Designer and design anything and bridge it over. You literally just use Designer right in Publisher. Or you use Photo right in Publisher. Right here. You don't have to bridge anything. You don't have to do anything. It just works. You know what I mean? Works really good. Hey, Hydra, what's up, dude? Good to see you, sir. A snap toggle will be available in a build soon. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so what you see me doing here, all these pages right here, Jeremy, were all drawn directly in Publisher using Affinity. Like, I didn't have to import a single bit of this art. It just works. And it works really, really well. So, pretty cool. How did your stream go, Hydra? Yeah, very nice. They most people don't realize this, but with Affinity, there's no need. Affinity is the file types are not software based. They are literally Affinity files. So if you make an Affinity file in Designer, you can open it in any Affinity program. There's no gapping, bridging, there's none of that. Like, they all just open simultaneously within the other software. And they did that on purpose so that you can create an Affinity photo file, go over here, create this file, or open it right up here and keep working on it, and so forth and so on. They just flow amongst each other. Very, very cool. Very well done. Not much, just chilling before bed. Right on, dude. Yeah, I'm not doing a long stream tonight, Hydra. We're just kind of testing the water out. I configured OBS for YouTube, and I'm keeping Streamlabs OBS configured for Twitch. That way I can kind of, whichever one I want to stream on, I can just kind of go live. And I wanted to just kind of, test it out tonight, see how it went, and because I'm gonna start doing the occasional stream over here. I think every now and then we'll pop up live over here and kind of see how everyone's doing. And yeah, good stuff. Did you use Affinity, right, Jeremy? I think you said you did. Yeah, I'm a huge Affinity fan. I love it. I had to help my daughter record a video for her Girl Scouts earlier. That was exciting. She's going to look all professional. We took and put her behind a animated forest scene with the green screen, and she's doing her little "Buy My Girl Scout stuff" spiel. Designer and photo, yeah. Publisher's great. I love Publisher. You have this whole basically InDesign interface where you can set master pages and you can, output like I don't know if you've seen these that I've done. I've made these tutorials, Jeremy. I don't know if I showed you these or not. These were actually made in Publisher. And what I did was I wanted to experiment with like compiling a PDF or like a book per se. And so what I'm doing is I'm actually making one of these a month, and they teach you how to create vector art in Affinity Designer, specifically Affinity Designer. And so like each one is going to have, like, this has this man on the cover, right? So you're going to learn how to draw this in Affinity. And I just go through and explain each step by step. And so far, people seem to like it. They seem to be doing pretty well with it. They seem to be able to follow along pretty well. I go through each step and explain it, and then I have little tidbits of like tips in here that explain, do this, do that. What commands to hold for this, what commands to do for this. And then down at the end here, I kind of show you some like other variations on the drawing that we just did. And then the other one I think is a tree. Yes, it's a tree. So the other one is a tree file that we did. Same concept. And basically, we just showed you how to draw these two trees, walk through the whole process, and then kind of put them into a scene like this, and then showed you some variations on said tree again. And this is something that I'm doing for a couple reasons. First, it kind of teaches me how to do like, layout, spreads, that kind of stuff. And then it's also, something that I can offer to the community to allow them to learn from. And that way they can kind of get up and running. And so far we've only done 2. I'm working on 3 right now. But my goal is one of those a month. I'm not committing to more than that because it takes a lot of time to set one of those up. But one a month I think is good. And then eventually we'll get to the point where, hopefully we have 12, 20, 30 of those things. And then when people come in and they say, I want to learn this, I want to learn that, you can just kind of point them toward those, hopefully, and give people something to focus on and learn from. Pizza cat. Let's go here. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. I'm working on a cat one for the next one, Coach. We're going to do a cat, and then I think we're going to do like a house, and then I think we'll probably come back to like a character. And I think we'll work on a full character body next time. I think we'll work on like a simple character, body, legs, arms, the whole the whole gambit. We'll see. I don't really plan those. I just sort of, just start them and just kind of work on them. So I haven't really fully decided yet. Taco cat. Okay, so yeah, the tree one. I like the tree one. The tree one to me was actually better than the head because I could see my improvement in getting better with what I was trying to teach, right? Like to me, it was a better all around tutorial. I don't know if I want to put these feet here or if I want to. No, we'll leave the feet inside the taco. I think we'll just play with stuff on the scene around it. And then we'll add in we'll add in some other like little things to go around this. I think that's gonna be a better play there. Okay, cool. Dino cat. Looking good. I think I wanted to do a volcano on this. Yeah. Trying to remember. It's been so long since I've touched some of these. Okay, we'll go here. Gonna make this look like a volcano, so we'll just add a couple random points here, and we'll just kind of shape in the thing. Yep, good stuff. Up. Now what we'll do is, I think we'll draw. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, good. And then we'll do like a little plume of smoke coming out of there. Alright, Hydra, take care, buddy. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Have a good night's rest, dude. I'm probably not far behind either, dude. I'm actually pretty tired tonight. I'm just trying to work on this for a little bit, and then I'll be up the pipe myself, man. But thank you for coming by, dude. Glad to see you had a good stream, man. So, Jeremy, you getting excited? It seems like a lot of people are getting pretty hyped for Tahoma. I see a lot more people kind of using it and trying it out, and I've seen a couple YouTube videos about it today. Seems like it's starting to kind of... Feels like people are starting to grasp it a little bit. I want this. Yes, that's what I wanted. So we need... Okay, so this needs to move down. More like... Okay. Let's go to the back with this one. Or no. Back. Yeah. That way these two are here. Okay, perfect. It does. That's good, man. I've been telling people about it and showing it. I really feel like... Because I'll be honest, the one thing I noticed when I first saw it, I want to say it was... forget who was it mentioned it. I don't remember if it was Darren or if it was who it was, but it looked like it was being geared more toward like stop motion at first. And so I was just sort of like, oh, I didn't really go and grab it. But then I watched another video and they were actually doing more like animation stuff. Because I thought it was more of like a stripped away version for just purely like stop motion. And I was like, well, I don't know if it's stop motion something I really, 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 truly want to get into. So I was like, I don't know. I'll probably just stick with OpenTune. But then when I realized there was, animation stuff going on, I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I need to check this out. And glad I did. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, let's go here like this. We'll add in some little elements like this. Very cool. I like it. Let's take this little mountain here. Good. Where is that little? There it is. Kind of go this way with it. All we're doing is just kind of making some background elements here. We're not really... I just don't want a lot of empty white space for this. You know what I mean? Like, I want some character there. In my coding right before I started Tahoma, change to stop motion capability. Right. And that's sort of, I guess that's the way I kind of read it. And I was like, oh, well, maybe it won't really be for me. But I will say I made that quick stop motion the other day, and I was like, I might have to play with this some more. Because my daughter helped me do that one. And she was like, oh, this is cool. Because she's a big fan of like Coraline and stuff. She loves those kind of stop motion-ish, kind of movies and stuff. And so she was interested in it. And I told her, I said, well, we could make something with the Legos, our Legos, or whatever. So who knows? We might actually pop something out of that. That'll work. Kind of put some small tufts of smoke. I don't really like that. I think what we'll do... What are you doing, Frodo? All I feel is you moving around back there, guy. Let's take this. Let's experiment with that. That's pretty cool. All right, we'll run with this. I like the way that. Yep, cool. I'm digging that. And then we'll kind of want the one I did. Yeah, I'd never done one before, and I just grabbed I've got my little Binding of Isaac figures that I keep on my desk, right? And I was like, yeah, we'll try it out. So we just sort of sat down real quick, and it was pretty neat. I love the concept of stop motion. The thing I get from stop motion, though, and I could be entirely wrong here, is I really feel like I have a big desk right here next to me. I really feel like if it was something I'd want to do, then I'd really need to kind of clear this off and probably make almost like a little stage. You know what I mean? Get some lighting. And the one thing I learned really quick is your camera movements have to be 100% intentional. So you're going to want a way to kind of lock that camera down, I noticed. Otherwise, like the slightest movement in that camera is just like, it's all over the place. So I learned a couple things really quick. And then I was like, well, and I told my daughter, I said, we might set something up right here. Maybe do some test ones, kind of play around with it. She really had a good time with it. She was trying to figure it out, and she was moving. It was funny because I was telling her, I was like, we want small, like methodical movements, just like when I animate on the computer. Like we want small movements when we move these characters. We don't want to make these big jumps unless we're really trying to show like really fast motion. And I told, because she was wanting to take them and move them like 6 inches, and I was like, well, you're gonna see motion, but it's gonna look weird. And so she was learning, and it was cool. It was cool to see. Very cool. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna play with it more for sure. I just need to kind of get my head around it. The only thing I noticed was kind of got to get used to the way, like there were a couple scenes I messed up, and when I tried to overwrite them, like to go back to take the next picture, I figured it out pretty quick. But it was you had to sort of like you know take the live camera and kind of go back and do a little things. I screwed it up at first pretty bad, and restarted the whole project, and then I figured it out pretty quickly once I kind of had a grasp of the way that it needed to function. I was like, okay, this makes sense, and we nailed it down pretty quick. But I'm gonna make something more here one of these days. Yeah, I love stop motion though. Big fan. It might. Yeah, I can see that. And see, I had my daughter helping me. She's 9, so of course she was just sort of like, and it was like, well, this will be fun. Your cat jumping. Either that or my wife finishing her show. I don't know which it is. It cannot be my wife. There's no way she's still up. Are you still up? There's no way. If that's not mom, that's a lot of noise. We'll see what it is, Frodo. Go bite it. Can you go bite it? Oh, that's mom for sure. Yeah, she's still up. She's gonna be tired in the morning. Are you still awake? Where? I was like, it's 10:45. There's no way you're awake. You go to bed at like 7:30. Shut up. Shut up.
Tylenol.
Now you sound like a baby. Does it? Maybe you are. Mama fell asleep on the couch. I was like, this is too late for Mama to be up. That's pretty good. I think we'll play with this one a little bit. I don't want to spend all day on this one little thing, but yeah, we get the point. We'll play with it. Okay. Banana cat. Now that was a goofy idea. We didn't actually draw it. If banana cat, what? Just a cat on a head on a banana, I guess, or what? Owl cat. We're actually closer to the end than I thought. Owl cat, bee cat. That's right, we were gonna do a little bee. Trying to remember here. How do I want to do this? Trying to figure out. A lot of them have been sort of straight on because it's going to be a coloring book. Catnap, unicorn cat. That's the one my daughter wanted. Unicorn cat. I know what we'll do. How about we kind of have it in this pose, or like a horse neck, and we'll have the body sort of down here like this, maybe. I'm just sort of sketching here real quick. Maybe something sort of like this. And maybe we'll have the head like turned facing us kind of thing or something. I don't know. I hadn't really done much on these yet with like planning. And you know how well we storyboard, which is none at all, so let's experiment with shaping it up a little bit. Shape this. Shape this. Or it looks like a zucchini or something. But that might work. Because then for the legs, we could just, I'm pretty sure we could just kind of get away with, let's try it. Because it's going to be, we're just going to make it real blocky for a second. Okay, send it to the back. So this needs this fill. Good. Excuse me, Frodo. You're shaking the chair, bud. Is it time for your flea meds there, buddy? That's one thing I hate about where we live. Fleas here are bad. Like, even though they're indoor cats, our flea numbers are just insane in this area. I don't know if it's the real swampy area we live in or what it is, but man, oh man. Okay, so let's make this smaller. And we'll just kind of yeah, something like this. And we'll make it sort of like he's maybe standing up. I don't know. Kind of playing around right now. Like this. And then we can, yeah, make that a little smaller. Cool, good. Now we'll do a tail. 100% in sketch mode right now, by the way. None of this is certain yet. Okay, there. We'll just kind of go here with it. The head, I feel like needs a slight turn. More like this kind of thing, like it turned. And then for the hooves, we'll just kind of go like this. I wonder if we should draw over for the correct this one. What do you think? Hooves or no? Like, it makes sense, right? And we'll just kind of go like this, I think. But we won't make the legs so broad. We'll make them thinner. So they look a little more elegant rather than muscular, I think. Good. Good. Yeah, that's better already. The concept was there. We just need to sort of hone it in. All right. This needs to come right here. That and that need to get grouped. We need to copy that, send it to the back, give it a rotate. Good. Now the body, I'm not 100% sold on. We may change that up entirely. but we'll cross that bridge here shortly. Okay, over the bottom foot. Kind of put it here. We'll put that here. See, this is why I love vectors so much. I can do things like this. Love it. Okay. Yep. Group that. Okay, good. Get rid of you. Send it to the back. And we'll just kind of bring it up so to give that little bit of a perspective. And then we'll actually take these and... good. Okay. So that's turning out pretty good. Now the body itself, I'm not 100% sold on. Let's have it a little more squared or rounded rectangle. Let's kind of go here and here. That, I think. Okay, now the head, obviously, not in the right spot, which is fine. It looks like that unicorn poop commercial. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The one where they've got the unicorn pooping? That's what looks like it's getting ready to happen in this. Not intentionally. Okay, so let's work on what the horn is going to look like. The horn, right about here, I'm thinking. Good. We'll do a little kitty corn like this. You see that too? Yeah. Was not intentional, I promise you. And horses have a pretty illustrious mane, right? Like they have typically they have like a lot of like kind of floofy, fluffy hair going on, I think. I think we'll kind of play into that idea. I don't know what that's going to look like. I'm not using any sort of like reference images. You know me. Sort of a rebel when it comes to that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't know. We're just kind of winging it. We're going to kind of go here with it, I think. See what the shape even looks like. Kind of looks like... I don't know what it kind of looks like, but it doesn't look like kind of like I thought it would. And that's too much. I like the horn. We'll leave the horn for sure. What is this? That's on the head. That's down the back. Of course, with more... Okay, so let's kind of wrap it down the back of the head, and we'll kind of stop it right about here. Oh, I saw the funniest thing today. I don't know if y'all knew this. The guy who invented Jelly Belly. Have y'all heard about this, or am I just really slow on the news? I'll stop there and see if anyone's heard this. You know what I'm getting ready to say? Tell me. Because I found this hilarious. I was like, that's really funny, actually. Okay, we'll just kind of go there with it. Cool. Blue. Okay. Not me. So apparently the guy that made Jelly Belly, he's doing a treasure hunt. And the person that finds the ticket or the key gets one of his Jelly Belly factories. like gets one, the factory, or like Willy Wonka and the Golden Ticket. And apparently, him and his, I don't know if they're married, but I guess him and his partner, we'll say partner, because again, I'm not sure if they're married or what, so I don't want to make any sort of judgment. But apparently, him and his partner are streaming this every day on YouTube. They stream like updates as to who's found what clue and who's found what clue and so forth and so on. But apparently, the person that actually solves it or gets the final piece is gonna get like one of his Jelly Belly like the factory. So it's a straight up like Willy Wonka and the Golden Ticket kind of thing, which is kind of hilarious, but it's really cool in a way. But I mean, I was watching it. Don't ask me how, but I found the stream earlier and I was watching it, and the dude was really old. So clearly, he's been doing this a long time, right? And he's just like, you know what? It's time to have some fun, because I mean, if I had to guess, he looked like he was in his mid to late 70s. I mean, he's, older dude. And I think that, yeah, right? And I think that he just kind of realizes that why not have some fun with it, right? Because, I mean, he's pretty much lived the really good parts of his life, and he's made his money. You know what I mean? And I think he sees it as like a fun way to just be like, why not have some fun with it? You know what I mean? And grant somebody the opportunity to, pretty cool. I just had to laugh when I saw that. I was like, what is that? Pretty neat. Yeah, kind of cool. It's on YouTube. It made me laugh because I'll be honest with you. When I first found it, I thought it was some sort of, I'm not even going to lie here. I thought it was like some sort of a weird cult thing. There were like all these people talking about like, I found this in here, and I found this here, and I found that there. And I'm like, what are these people talking about? Like, what is this? And I was trying to understand what in the world everyone was talking about. And then I read the about section, and I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. Right, like, let's be honest here. You get to the end of your life, and most people that are we're not. I mean, we know, we get, and I mean, it's a thing. We're all gonna meet that final thing, and I think it's just funny that he's like, you know what, let's have fun with it, because I mean, I can't take these factories with me, and it could change somebody else's life. I mean, and it's a fun thing to do. So here he goes. Yeah, I had to laugh. I was like, that's actually pretty funny, the way he's doing it. And it made me wonder if he has like kids, if he has any heirs or anything, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure they're not too, not that he probably doesn't have enough wealth to worry about, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure that if he has anybody who's a direct inheritance, they're probably like, yeah, this isn't a fun game. You know what I mean? Because it'll just take from their overall earnings. I see what I did wrong there. I see what I did wrong there. Okay. Okay, that way this sort of covers in the belly a little bit. Maybe. And I mean, let's be honest here. Jelly Belly is sort of, to me, that's sort of like Hershey, right? Like, that's a big name. I'm sure there's plenty of wealth to go around there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure that whoever inherited whatever he's built is gonna be just fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. It just made me laugh because, you know, not every day you see that. Somebody doing something like that. Okay. So I was wondering the other day, how much time do you think people spend actually doing something like this, a project like this, making a single coloring book item like this? I mean, I would have to imagine if somebody was going to do this for a printed publication, this is probably I would say a multiple month project scope, right? Like, wouldn't you? Because I was just trying to like compare how much time I have invested. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to what I think this would. Yeah, like I don't even know how that would work. Like, let's say a big publication company was like, "Hey, we want a coloring book." Like, what would they? I guess they would. They'd probably treat it like anything else. They'd probably sit down and have 15 meetings about it, and then probably give it like a year project plan. Be like, "Oh, okay, we'll see you this time in a year." Or yeah, see, that's the thing. Yeah, right. And see, that's what I'm hoping this can be. I'm hoping this can be something better than that, right? Like, I don't want this to just be slapstick. I'd like this to be, you know, of decent quality and have some TLC put into it. You know, I don't want this to just be like. That's why I'm being so meticulous about it, and like I'm going through and actually really doing the pages as well as I can because I really want this to be something that people go, oh, that's cool, you know, and feel like they actually got their value out of it. And I'm sure this is something you could just kind of slap together if you really wanted to, but I don't know. I'm just not that type of person. Like, I enjoy taking the time to make something nice, you know? Right. Worst. Right. Well, I appreciate it. Hey, Jim, how you doing? Got dropped and missed your live feed. No worries, no worries. We're just kind of doing a test tonight, Jim. We're just playing around, testing out the YouTube side of everything. Just kind of feeling it out, seeing what it's all about. Um, I didn't really intend to stream too long tonight. I had a long day, but we finished up our project, and I just felt like working on this coloring book for a little bit. So thank you. How are you? Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of that. I should say. Yeah, I like the idea of that. And then we can do. How about a rainbow behind the unicorn cat? Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll put a couple stars on the unicorn. Maybe. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll kill this. Put a couple stars on like the unicorns, like this. Fun. Okay. Let's draw like a I always thought that the licensed character stuff was the least quality. They knew the kid right. I can, Jim. I can. Um, I need to make some. So I'll show you what that looks like. As a matter of fact, um, so I use well, I don't use it so much anymore, but I did use Streamlabs, right? And I'll show you what that looks like. Hold on a second. So with Streamlabs, if I go to my YouTube, which I'm in right now, I can go to my alert box and like let's test a sub.
We got a new subscriber.
You see? So I want to make something custom for my my YouTube follows or subscribes. Sorry, I'm used to calling them follows. But yeah, you can create, and then what you're gonna do is with a service like Streamlabs or Stream Elements or whatever, you can put in the API or the browser source over to OBS. So, but when you're logged into YouTube, what it'll do is it'll track when somebody subscribes, and you'll get a notification. So currently for YouTube, I have set up
Thank you for the donation.
test
You
donation,
are amazing.
test subscriber, test. I don't know what test member is. I'm not sure what member is. I don't know what that means. But those are the three that I currently see there. So yeah, you can, and I'm gonna make something so we can have something fun over here for the YouTube side of it. Yeah. Or I might just take one of the ones I currently have, Jim, and just, kind of port it over. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Coach, I know what you mean. It's sort of like, wow, it's got He-Man in there. Just get it out there, right? Like, kids are going to gobble that up. That kind of mentality. Yeah, and what I'm doing, Jim, is I'm configuring, so I have OBS and Streamlabs OBS. I'm configuring, OBS for YouTube and Streamlabs OBS for Twitch. That way, whenever I want to go live on one or the other, I just open the respective software and go live. That way, they'll both be configured and ready to go. A certain level on YouTube, you can open it up to paid membership. Oh! So those are subs, essentially, Coach. What we would know as a sub then. So it's now. Are you talking about like? Are you talking about like the entrance animations and everything, Jim? Or are you talking about like the follows and the sub? Now I can do like the subs and donations and member and super chat. As per like entrance animations and stuff, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That would probably be a no-go. Could be wrong though. I don't think you can do the entrance animations. No. I'll look into it though. I mean, it may be a possibility. I don't think so. You'd have to get into the API, and then you would have to have a bot that can sort of support that. So I'm gonna, if I had to guess off top of my head, I would say no to that. Okay, let's take this, fill it in. Right, so we're gonna make this like a rainbow, I think, and then we don't want it to sort of tangent, so we'll kind of have it go right there. Perfect, actually. We'll do this like a rainbow, and we'll have some stars on the rainbow. I'll look into it, Jim. I'll see. Except here, people who are paying expect like special streams or some other special perks. Oh, I see. So membership here is almost like an exclusivity thing, meaning I may do like a members only stream, for example, is what you're saying. So it would be sort of like, let's say I had 20 members, then I would do like a special stream and do like maybe a special drawing for just the members or something. Sort of like Patreon level of rewards, it sounds like. If I'm understanding that correctly. Yeah, so that's going to be the thing, Coach. You would need a bot to come here, like Mix It Up, that works with the API. That would be an interesting search, Coach. Are there any bots currently tapping into the API here? That would be an interesting search. Like, are people currently utilizing that? And if so, who are they? What are they? Kind of thing. Because, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if there's somebody doing it. Who? Let's see if we can cheat. Like cheating where we can. Okay. Yeah, because all that info is bot driven, Jim. So basically what the bot does is it detects something changes in the API, and then it goes, oh hey, look, this triggered run this event. That's essentially the way that whole system works. Stream Elements does. Well, see, that may be worth a look into then, right? Because if Stream Elements is doing it, that may be the solution. Seriously. Because they may be tapping into that API where it's like, those are push. I don't know. It would have to be sort of an investigative thing. Would have to sort of play with it and really dig into what it can do and what it can't do. You know what I mean? Like what functionality's there? I don't know. I have a Stream Elements account. I've never used it. I made it like really early on and just never really got into it because I was using other bots and things like that. So it was just something I was sort of underutilized for me. So I do have an account and it's there, but I'd have to get in there and really open it up and see what it's all about. It would to really see what's going on there. Maybe one of these days I'll take a look at that and see what we can do with Stream Elements over here. Might not be a bad idea. Auto Punch, hey, how are you? We'll have to take a look. If nothing, it'd be fun to look and see. Okay, so we'll take these stars and we'll actually go right above the rainbow with them. Perfect. That way they're behind here. And then we can even do some that sort of overlap the rainbow if we really want to. We can just kind of play with the placement of these, have some kind of come off the screen here. Okay, good. And we'll take this, and this. We'll go here. I use Dreammelon, but never thought to look to see if it could do that. I mean, there's a good possibility. Good possibility. How you doing, Fido? Thanks for coming by. We're just working on some coloring book ideas. We're working on a cat themed coloring book, and it's going to be about 30 pages or so, and we're looking at turning this into an actual like product. So yeah, just kind of playing around with the who's and the what's, and making things work, and I just noticed that was a tangent right there. That works. You can get away with that right there. It's a little bit of a tangent, but But now that I see it, it's going to bother me. Okay, hold on. Take this one here. See if we can't move it out just a bit. There we go. That's it. I didn't want that tangent right there. That tangent was going to tear me up. Let's take this one. See if we can't go behind the rainbow. What would that look like if we kind of did this sort of a double textured thing? Rotate it this way. And if anybody out there has any questions or anything like that, feel free to let me know. Glad to try and answer some questions if we can. Oh, hey. Yeah. How are you? We're just testing this out. Testing out a little bit of a YouTube stream tonight. We're normally over on Twitch, but wanted to just come here and get everything set up, get everything tested, and just kind of get a feel for the water. See how it goes. Yeah. We are on Twitch. We're here as well, Fido. We're doing both. So I'm gonna start doing more content here. More videos, more live streams, things like that. Try to spread my content around a little bit. I don't want to just have all my content in one place, you know? Never was a big fan of that anyways. The only trick to that is being an affiliate over on Twitch. I can't, like, restream or anything, right? Like, that's not allowed. But I can, stream wherever else I want to as long as I'm not restreaming. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to start doing some content here, and every now and then we'll do a little live stream over here. And I mean, I hope that we can get some new members in the community and stuff like that as well. We'll see how that goes. That's looking cute. I mean, that's not bad if you think about it, Coach, right? Like, we literally just had a head on this page when we started. Not bad, considering where we started at. Okay. Unicorn cat. Good. Yarn cat. Catnap, I have no idea for this. The only idea I had for this, you tell me what you think of this one, Coach. What if we did a yin and yang? A yin and yang cat. Like, in sort of the yin yang symbol, but they're both kind of napping together. Does that make sense? Sort of like make them round and sort of intertwined, but make them both sleeping. Like, I don't know. I can't really come up with a good idea for catnap. It just sort of eludes me. Mixer, yeah. I'll be honest, I don't even really think about it much anymore. It's been 4 or 5 months now? And, honestly, the way it ended, there's not a whole lot of love there for a lot of people, Fido, in terms of, like, the people who stream there. Because it was just just crap. The way it ended, it just really left out a lot of people sitting on their hands, not in a good way either. Yes, you can. Yeah, so like if I stream on Twitch, I can go and I can take the VOD, download it or whatever, and then upload it to YouTube as long as I wait 24 hours. You just can't restream or multicast. You can't have your content. You can't have live content in both places at the same time, right? So, because I think a lot of people, they get confused about that. Like, there's even Twitch partners that do YouTube content, right? They're just not allowed to do it at the same time. They have to split it, like, either upload their VOD to YouTube later, or they, it's just sort of the way it works. Love the idea. Okay. So we'll do like a yin yang sort of two cats sleeping, and we'll change the face so their eyes are closed, like they're resting, and we'll do a round shape for that. Um, catapult. Love the idea. Catapult. We're gonna do catapult. Gonna have to think on that one. Robo cat. I think I'm just gonna do like a robotic cat, like a robo looking cat. Not really like RoboCop per se, but more just like a robot cat. I think is what we'll do. Pizza cat, pretty good there. Taco cat. I need to mess with the settings. Dino cat. There's a couple things here I want to play with. Banana cat, owl cat, and bee cat. So if I had to really put a finger on this, I would say we're probably a day or two away from this being truly finished. Like there isn't a whole lot left to do here. If I spend a couple hours here and there, this will be a done project. And then we can work on, the one thing I do want to do is I want to put a lot of love into the cover. I really want the cover to look really, really cool. Yeah, see where it goes. With the yin yang for the catnap, yeah, I thought so. I'm just gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'll make them sort of. We'll have to draw the two cat. Okay. Yeah, well, we can do that. So here's my aim for tomorrow. At lunch tomorrow, I think I'm gonna try to get 3 of these drawings done at lunch. Because if I can get 1, 2, 3 done, I'll only have 3 left. Which means the next time we stream. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to get 3 done tomorrow. And then we'll do 3 when I stream Wednesday night. And then, maybe Wednesday night, we'll actually do the cover. So it'll go 3 and 3 cover, which means by the end of this week, this thing might actually be a real product. And so that would be really, really cool. And then what I'm going to do is over here, let's go here. This is going to be the hot dog one. So we actually need to drag the vampire into here, right? Yep, the vampire needs to come here so that we can start turning him into coloring book material. And then we're going to have. So what's really cool with this, I'm really excited about this idea. We might incorporate this too, Coach, into like maybe I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to do this, but what's really cool is at the end of the 30 days for this Jaretober with the hot dogs, we're basically going to have another coloring book ready to go. Like this thing will be finished. I do want to add in, I want to kill some of this white space, right? Like I don't want all this white space on here. So I'm going to have to brainstorm on like some ideas for that. But we'll play with that. And we'll turn all these into products. So I'm thinking probably yeah, but the end of this month this coloring book will be ready. And then this one will be ready in a couple days. Cool. All right, so let's get him. I think what we'll do is it's 11:30. I think I'm going to get this dude ready for the coloring book, and then I think I will probably call it a night at that point, but we'll see how I feel. So let's go ahead and get this one ready for the coloring book. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. I hope y'all do. I feel like it could be a lot of fun for a lot of people here. I really, really do. Spiderweb, jack, exactly. Like little vector shapes, right, Coach? Like spiderweb, pumpkins, bats, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to go through and just make it all look, really cool. Almost just like little Halloween shapes here and there. Yeah, me too. I've got a really, really busy day tomorrow. Not looking forward to it, but it is what it is. That's life. We do the things we got to do. I'm gonna color and book this dude real fast, and then I'll probably call that an evening. I think this was a pretty good stream tonight. So thank you guys very, very much for joining me tonight on sort of our test stream over here. I do appreciate that very much. If you guys do like the content, be sure to follow or subscribe. Sorry, and yeah, thank you. Halloweeny. This one, I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. I really like this dude. Big fan. Okay, so that'll be good, and we'll come through and we'll clean up some of the details here. Yeah. I so hope. I was talking to my wife about that again today. I so hope I can find a creative job soon. Man, you know, it's like I was talking to her about it, and I was like, I think my creativity would skyrocket if I didn't have to deal with my regular job stuff so much. You know what I mean? Okay, so this, wait, this and this, yeah, both of those white fills. Okay, good. Now the teeth, I don't think they're gonna take. I don't think they're gonna take a 6 stroke, but let's go ahead and try 4. 4 will work. 4 will work. Okay, pretty cool. So look at that. He is pretty much ready to go. And see, I'm so glad that we decided to do these hot dogs in this manner, because doing them with the strokes, I didn't even think about this, but doing them with the strokes like this, it's like they're ready to go for this book. All we have to do is basically, you know, make a couple changes here and there, and then we'll call this Vampire Cat, or Vampire... Wait, what did we do for the other ones? Mummy Dog. So we'll call it Vampire Dog. Oh, thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. I hope so. I would really love to do something that really took advantage of my creativity. I really would. They really do transfer nice. They really do. And they clean up really, really well. And then what we'll do is, like I said, right now all I'm doing is bringing them in and color booking them, basically meaning making them black and white silhouettes, right? And then what my plan is once we have the entire book done and all of it named the right way, then, like I said, we'll come through and add those subtle details in here and there. You know, we'll come through and we'll do that. Like we did the cover. I don't know if you saw this, Coach. On the cover, or the inside page, it said this book belongs to. We have these little mini hot dog icons. And then look, here's me and Darcy, our little miniature hot dog selves. So I thought that was really cool. People are going to be able to color these. So you're going to have these two, which kind of started the whole thing. And then you're going to have these little miniature... See, this is the kind of fluff that I want to put in, like this. Just little things. Because when you do a coloring book, right, like you don't want all this negative space. You want to give people stuff to color. So this is where I'm going to have to sort of brainstorm on that. But the characters themselves look fantastic. And I think they're going to be pretty cool. So it's going to be a fun little project. But on that note, I do need to get going. It's 11:30. I do have to work in about 5 hours. So I got to get some sleep. So if you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe. Give us a look again when we go live. We're going to be doing a lot more on the channel than just this. We're going to be doing some tutorials on how to make stuff like this. We're going to be doing animation tutorials. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So we've got a lot of stuff coming. I'm sort of planning on new content, live streams here, all kinds of things. So thank you. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I hope you all have a fantastic evening, a fantastic day tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you guys again very soon. On that note, night, Coach. Night, everybody else who's here. Take care of yourself. And I will see you guys later. Bye.